Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham. Alongside Randy Lee, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Good to see you, Randy. We don't get to do these shows very often.
Well, we're starting to a little bit more than we were with Brett being on the road as much as he is. And I applaud their efforts. You know, they are trying their best to get around the state to catch up. And I know we're on an Auburn show here, but one thing that they're doing a lot more of is getting interviews not only with the top programs with AHSA, but the top prospects.
Right.
So they're in the process of getting interviews with all of the top 10 prospects in the state of Alabama over the next couple of months. I think Wilkes will be up next. I think we've got the top 2 prospects
Wadley?
through 24/7. Yeah, Wadley, Sedarian, and Tank have already been interviewed as the 1 and 2 prospects, and then we'll move to the third, which I think is Wilkes by 24/7. So he'll be coming up next, along with plans for others.
What's he going to play in college?
I think he's going to be an edge rusher or a jack linebacker. Got really good size already. 6 foot, I'm guessing size, 6'3", 220 right now.
Playing running back.
Playing running back, playing linebacker for Wadley there in 1A, but has the frame to hold 240 to 250 within like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, you can see those certain frames like Malik Blockton. You know, I saw Malik Blockton at Pike Road when he was a senior, and he was a really good high school player. But I'm guessing there he probably weighed 255,
Right.
260 in the fall his senior year, and then he blossomed into 290 within a few months because he held the frame and he held the legs to put that type of weight on. So when I see Wilkes play, he's a man amongst boys in 1A, my friend. Has been since 7th grade, I think.
Yeah, no question. And they won state title last year, right?
They did, going away.
Yeah. But God bless Brett and Faith.
Yeah.
Going because they do it, so we don't have to.
That's right. They just made the trek down to South Alabama, either last week or the week before, and they went to 4 different schools.
Right.
Not just the sport of football. I mean, they caught up with one of the best softball players in Daigle Wilson that'll be coming to play at Auburn at Orange Beach. They're going for their 5th state championship in a row at Orange Beach High School. They won the national championship last year. They've messed around and lost twice this year. So I'm not sure if they're going to win the national title, but they got a great chance. They caught up with Janie Ford down at St. Paul's, who's heading to Vandy. That interview will be coming out. She may be the most decorated track and field athlete in state history from the state of Alabama. 2 weeks ago, she set 2 or 3 more state records in a single day worth of effort. So amazing talent down there. And then, of course, they got Tank and caught up with a number of others too. So it's not just the sport of football, trying to make our way around the state. If we haven't been to your area, we're coming. But if there's storylines that you think that we should cover, please let us know.
Sure, absolutely. But we'll talk about Auburn stuff today. This is an Auburn show, like you said. Auburn baseball doing tremendous, depending on which service you look at, somewhere in the 8, 6, 5 range. Maybe even 2 in RPI. Now they got the number 1 strength of schedule, and they're 16 and 11. We talked about this. How many times have we said to had this conversation over the years about going back and looking at Auburn baseball in the SEC record and it being below 500 for the majority of the time.
Yes.
They got an opportunity now. They're going to Ole Miss for the final series of the year. Actually play Jacksonville State tonight, but they go to Ole Miss for, the final series of the year. I mean, you could get to 18 wins. That's it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. If you're Auburn right now, you're expecting to win this series. Now, you may not, but if you get 18 wins in this level,
Could get to 19.
You could get to 19, but
You're being reasonable. You're saying they win the series 2-3.
Hey, I'm not getting greedy.
2 out of 3, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, wow, this team hits the ball well, they pitch the ball well, they field the ball well, and they're deep.
And they seem to be hitting their ceiling at the right time, too. When you get bats, and it doesn't have to be all of them, but when you get 3 or 4 that are as hot as anybody in the country, you can ride that out, Andy, when you pitch the ball the way that Auburn does. And what a change, what a turnaround in a short period of time. And so many of us talking heads on Auburn, and I don't think that I heard a single Auburn talking head have anything really negative to say about Butch Thompson last year. And when you get a leader that you can stay behind even when they have a down year like Bruce Pearl did a few years ago with that Sharif Cooper group where we had a losing season, then you've got the right person, and we've got it in both of them. You were a little ahead of the game. I see this tweet going out all the time now, but you've been barking this one for a long time. You went back to the Hal Baird days before Butch Thompson came in, and we had 2 seasons back to Hal Baird where we had 500 record in SEC play, and then we had 2 seasons where we had a winning record in SEC play. There was only 4 seasons combined where Auburn didn't have a losing record in SEC play before Butch Thompson took over. Auburn this year already has it in place where Auburn will have 3 out of the last 4 years. Now, there was only 2 years where we had a winning record, 2 where we were 500.
Right.
3 out of the last 4 years, Auburn would have a winning record in SEC play under Butch Thompson. That's what a drastic difference it is with what he's putting out on the field to what we've had since Hal Baird left the Plains.
No question. I mean, and again, there's a pattern. I mean, we have 2 good years, and then we have a kind of a rebuilding year.
Yep.
And we have 2 good years, and then we have and you look at this lineup this year. Now, this is one of those things that's even more. Now you got to I guess you got to qualify it because in this day and age you never really know.
Yeah.
But you look up and down the lineup: Freilich, freshman; Bub Terrell, freshman; Chris Rembert, freshman. I mean, there are a lot of young guys on this up and down this roster that are going to be here for a while. So now a lot, the pitchers. That Dutton is a senior, and several of the other guys are upperclassmen. But there are some really good-looking hitters, young hitters, and even Ike Irish. He's a junior. He could come back conceivably. He probably won't. And good for him that if he makes it to into the where he gets drafted. But the future's very bright.
Well, the good thing about NIL, when you talk about a talent like Ike Irish, it at least makes him hear you out. And, when you're going to be able to get a big payday, I mean, Auburn's going to give him a big payday to come back here, too, next year.
I would think.
Now, the number may not be to the level that it would be, but I can assure you another year at Auburn's probably not a lot of difference between that single year or multi-year that it's going to take to go through the minors.
Yeah.
I can have an argument that there's a lot of people making the decision to come to college that didn't make that decision in mine and your generation. And they've got to be making it for a good reason because they think that the college game's going to get them prepared maybe a little bit more so than going straight on, because you're 18 years old. You get up there, and we've had people in our local area that have signed right out of high school, of mine and your generation. I won't say names, but of mine and your generation. And it's not that it didn't work out, But do you know the difference between an 18-year-old and a 23, 24-year-old that's been in the minors for 5 or 6 years and battling their way through that? I don't care how talented you are. Sometimes that transition's not going to play in your favor. And I've seen one too many of those type only stay in the minors for 1 or 2 years and then come home. Mm-hmm.
Think about if you could, back in the day, like you said, you got to balance. Now you can balance it out in that the money you could make certainly probably less in college, but the difference in being, like you say, 18 years old and leaving home and going Lord knows where. I mean, you may go from Alabama to California or up in the Pacific Northwest and being that far away from home at 18 years old.
Yeah.
Now, or between, balance that with going to Auburn or Alabama or Mississippi State or Ole Miss or wherever or Georgia or somewhere in this vicinity. There's a whole lot of difference. I mean, yeah, you could make some more money, but just the experience of being in college and being that much closer to home, and you can still make some money today. Yeah. I mean, it's not even a choice.
I think it's an easier, and it's the reason that Auburn is able to land guys that are going to get drafted very early, and they make a decision even inside of the top 10 rounds to come to Auburn rather than go straight to the minors. And I can see why, and I think even more of that's going to happen the more they make the money that they're worth, and that's a good spin to NIL.
And it's coming. The roster expansion is, at some point, and we're talking 35, scholarships, whereas you had 11.7. That's going to change the game for Auburn tremendously as well. And we're just going to get better. Think about then with Butch Thompson. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. Sensagreen for air that's cool and clean. Call Sensagreen. 334-487-3555. They are the carrier dealer. And J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big, no job's too small, commercial or residential. Give them a call today for all your needs. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. All right. Well, Jackson, something I haven't really talked about. But I know everybody's aware of it, and it's been a topic of conversation. I don't know if you and Brett discussed it. I think you have, but kind of quietly, Hugh Freeze came out the other day and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, Jackson Arnold is going to be the starter." And to your dismay, I know, but I was going to get, look, I thought maybe it'd be interesting. Can we make the case that that's the right decision, and can we make the case that's the wrong decision?
Okay, I'm going to make the case that I hope it's the right decision, but I have no idea why any Auburn fan could make the case that it is.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen him. I mean, what have we seen? I can go off of what I hear from practice, but I ain't seen it with my own 2 eyes. I can go off of what I saw with him at Oklahoma last year, and it was a roller coaster ride. It was not great. It had its moments, but by no means did I watch him play and think that he was the next coming of Cam Newton or anything like that. Trust me, I can be.
Can I make the case that it's the right decision?
You're more than welcome to.
And you can make the case.
All right,
that
try to make it the case that it's the right decision.
All right, 6'1", 210 pounds. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. He is durable enough to take hits, but yet he's fast enough to outrun defenders. Got a strong arm. He ran behind a terrible offensive line. Offensive line dead last in the SEC in giving up tackles for loss and sacks. 130th in the country giving up sacks. Awful. You think Auburn's offensive line was bad? Oklahoma's offensive line was terrible. He ran for 715 yards in only 10 games. Now, he had like 200 and something in sacks and negative yards, which take away from that, but 715 yards in only 10 games. So he's very adept. Even better runner than Peyton Thorne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He ran a RPO system in high school at an elite level in Texas, Denton, Texas, big time high school, threw for, 7,000 yards. So he's capable. Now, it didn't work last year because he, the system was not good. Obviously, they fired the offensive coordinator mid-season. And he's playing for a defensive-minded coach. All these coaches says, look, kid, just don't turn the ball over. Just always, don't always try to be conservative in everything you do. And so that stunted, it just didn't work. So he comes over now. He's got an offensive guy. Mm-hmm. He's saying, "Look, kid, he's going to coach him up." Mm-hmm. So all the physical tools you could ask for, it's just a matter of flipping the switch, turning him loose.
It feels so much like what I've tried to sell myself on for the last really 15 years, maybe further than that. I mean, I've been trying to sell myself on that all the way back to Chris Todd.
Oh, boy.
Even before Chris Todd, back to Barrett Trotter.
Oh, man.
I mean, I've been selling all of that you just sold me for a very long time. And
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm selling.
No, I get it, and I tried to get the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get that Auburn goes and hires head coaches with an offensive pedigree that makes you think if we can just clean the defense up, we're going to have a good football team. That really hasn't panned out either. Since 2014, I would say more times than not, our defense has held us in ball games more than our offense has.
I would agree.
So I want it to work. I don't know enough about Jackson Arnold for it not to work.
Only three interceptions last year.
I know the same things you do. But I do know Oklahoma let him get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, Bo Nix type situation.
Yeah. I've known
they wanted it, and they said, look, kid, you're not what we thought. You're not what we hoped you were going to be. It's fresh.
Okay.
New.
I'm for it. Hugh Freeze. The thing that I keep bragging on Hugh Freeze and his staff is that the options are much better than they were.
Yeah.
And you're about to go through player evaluations and talent evaluations and where that fits into SEC and where Auburn has dropped since 2015, where we were the 4th rated talent-wise team in the SEC, and this past year, we were all the way down to 9th. So that's been a problem. So I'm applauding it. And look, Hugh Freeze is going to go with the guy that's going to get him to 8 or 9 wins. Of course, Lord love all of us if we're sitting in here having this conversation and trying to spin this thing and he only got 6 or 7 wins. I'm going to let you, being Mr. Joe Positive over there, come up with something to talk the Auburn fan base off the ledge if that were to happen this year.
If we have 5 or 6 wins this year, Andy's on out the door with James. Okay, I'm off the couch. I'm out the door. But yeah, that won't be good for sure. All right, you got to take another break. Is it the right decision, Jackson Arnold? Are you behind it? Is which case are you going with? Is it the right or no? We'd like to hear from you. 256-234-6221. More to come right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some tremendous food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. They got daily lunch specials as well. Go and check out their website, steaksandwine.com. That's just the letter N, steaksandwine.com. Got some tremendous deals going on all throughout every month. Got a special going on right now, actually, or a a big event coming up.
Yeah, big event tomorrow night. Ginger and I think Kim and Brett heading to that tomorrow night at Pepper Tree for the Outlive fundraiser that they'll be having there tomorrow night. A great event. Still a few tickets available out there. If you want to find that on our social media outlets, we've been sharing that. Great charity that's been around for a long time, doing tremendous work, and looking forward to being there tomorrow night. But again, great opportunity for you to come out and support a great cause.
No doubt. And that's what's a wine tasting?
Yeah, I like wine. I shall be tasting. And a lot of everything else around.
Bring
too,
your
so.
own spittoon, right?
Yeah. I won't be
kidding.
spitting.
I'm kidding. Okay. All right. What do you want to make the case that it's not the right decision for Jay, or did you already make?
No, I have made the case a number of times on here with you that my eyes tell me that the ceiling's higher for Deuce Knight.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not ready. We've heard that until I'm just sick of hearing that at Auburn. It's amazing that other programs can develop a player up pretty quick and not use that excuse, but for whatever reason, we can't develop them quick enough to not be able to use that excuse. But, I still, with my eyes in the spring, saw greatness coming from Deuce Knight. When the mic's in front of him, tends to handle the media well, moves with a little flair to himself out there on the field. I was overly impressed with what I saw with him in the All-Star game, matched up with the best of Mississippi with Alabama. He was head and shoulders the best talent that I saw out there in that ball game in two states that develop NFL talent year in and year out. So I'll leave it at that. I mean, I'm all about Jackson Arnold being an all-SEC quarterback and getting Auburn to double-digit wins and allowing us to turn the corner, and then Deuce Knight or somebody else even after him coming in and taking the reins and taking this thing to the next level. Until I see it, I shall not come on here and say that I'm expecting it. But I will say that I'm applauding the coaching staff for giving us options.
Yeah.
I think there are options here, and I'm hopeful that one of the two will work out. If not, the one coming over from Stanford. Somebody.
Well, regardless of who the quarterback is, they're going to have, speaking of talent in the SEC, you look at Auburn's talent as far as many people, not just you and I, would say that Auburn has the best receiving core total in the SEC. Some people say it may be in the country. Now, that may be, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But if it's not, they're in the top three in the SEC. Would it, be fair to say that?
Oh, yeah. I very much believe that position is one of the top two or three here in the conference. Now, I can make an argument that Auburn's offensive line is still middle of the pack. Make an argument that Auburn's running backs are still middle of the pack. There's a number of deficiencies that if you were to compare and contrast SEC teams, but I don't think the receiving core is not one of them. If you can get that quarterback room right.
I think the offensive line is better than it was last year.
I think it's got a chance to be. It's a lot of the same players. You're just going off of they're a year more advanced.
No, I'm just going off. We might as well put nobody out there at left tackle last year.
Good point.
We will actually put a human out there at left tackle.
We chose that one we put out there last year.
So, I could have played as good as he did. At times. So it just that. We're talking about the most important position on the line. And we throw out a guy out there that can't move. Good grief, how stupid. I'm working. Okay. It just made me mad. But still, all I'm saying is just for that fact that we bring in a guy that actually, is serviceable would be an improvement. So I think we're better offensive line-wise. Now, does that mean that Auburn I think let's say we're in the top 7. I'll take it, and I think that's. I think we can work with that. But like you said, off at the running back room, I mean, I actually like Austin, but is he going to be? Is he upper echelon? No, but is he serviceable? Yes.
I mean, we've had some, jump on the scene that we didn't know if they were going to be. Cameron Artis-Payne. I mean, I can keep going down the list. Ben Tate his final year. Trey Mason, that first real glimpse that we had that maybe he was going to be special. You don't know. I mean, I like the room. I've liked them since we recruited them. I love Jeremiah Cobb. I still think he's got explosion to his game that can really help this team overall. But I need to be proved wrong that I'm skeptical. I'm an Auburn football fan, and I have spun my way into an oblivion over the last decade trying to make this thing work in my mind. And until I see it on the field, I'm just going to hold my judgment.
That's probably smart. That is a wise position, I think. All right, got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Only a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Again, Auburn taking on Jacksonville State tonight. Jacksonville State pretty good, too. 31-21, 13-11 in conference there. But Andres Alvarez going, another freshman, right-hander for Auburn, going on the bump tonight, as they say. Carson Bonaparte, Napoleon's brother. 3-2, 4.35 ERA for him, going for Jacksonville State. Auburn got Ole Miss this weekend in the SEC tournament in Hoover. The SEC tournament, doing it a little differently this year. All 16 teams are in it, one and done. No double elimination. It's all one and done all the way through. I like that. I think that's better. Go ahead and get it over with, and you don't have to, you don't have to kind of burn your pitching a little bit and get all in a fix. So, can Auburn get to be a national seed? I believe they can.
Oh yeah, they can if they can keep the strong play. You go back to last weekend, the previous weekend. I mean, Auburn gets 2 out of 3 against Tennessee, and in Game 2, they got a lot of opportunities there at the end of the game to actually get a sweep because the 2 games they won going away.
They did.
Come back and win the 3rd game, I think 8-1. That's the difference. When you're beating teams in a pivotal game to see who wins series and you're not winning it 4-3, you're winning them 8-1, you're the better team. You're the deeper team. So amazing turnaround for Auburn. Pitching in midweek has been good. Well, you and I have been doing this a long time. And the negative years that we've talked about Auburn baseball, it was the depth is so bad, and I'm going back to like lottery talk and lack of depth in bullpen and pitching issues based off of just numbers and competition level, competing with bordering states because of the lottery situations they have set up and scholarship limitations for Auburn and Alabama. Midweek games, we'd get beat a lot. I remember it being almost a constant. We'd go play Sanford and get beat. We'd play UAB and we'd get beat. And it was because the arms that we were going to have for that weekend needed to be retained for that weekend. Not the case.
Well, now you can throw out a Christian Chatterton during the week. You bring in a fantastic freshman like him or Alvarez here.
Well, here's the stats: 20-4 non-conference games this year, 10-2 midweek games. And these aren't when you're playing UAB, Sanford, Jacksonville State, those teams in State Alabama, South Alabama. These are all very good programs at this point. These aren't little, and they look at Auburn and Alabama and say, man. You hate to say it, but it's more important for them than it is us. You know, they hang their hat on a victory against the big 2 schools in this state more. So to go 10-2 midweek's impressive.
I would agree. True. So this weekend, Auburn's got, I mentioned Ole Miss A&M's at Georgia, Alabama's at Florida. Florida, all of a sudden, they were terrible to start the year, much like an Auburn softball, not quite that bad. But they have turned it on. They're number 23 in the country now. Got to 13 and 14, so you'd expect them to play better. But I didn't. They probably worked themselves into a regional now. Mississippi State's at Missouri. LSU's at South Carolina. Kentucky's at Vandy. Texas is at Oklahoma. And Tennessee is at Arkansas. So that's, pretty good ending there. But that just, Auburn took 2 of 3 from Vandy. Then they're right there at 16-11. Auburn got swept by Georgia, who's also 16-11. Auburn swept LSU, who's 17-10. Now LSU probably, they got to go to South Carolina, so they'll probably sweep them. They'll end up probably 20-10. We'll see what Texas and Oklahoma. If Texas wins one game, they win the conference, I would imagine. So that should be interesting.
A couple of other stats of note as I look down to Auburn baseball so far this year, the way that they played at home and the atmosphere that's been generated with those home crowds for Auburn. Very impressive. Not to say that it was ever at a really downswing, but I feel like it's hitting a peak level, that the interest in this Auburn baseball program and the buy-in that Butch Thompson's got with the boosters and the athletic department as a whole to make sure that the quality of the product that we put out there, not only on the field, but all of the surrounding things that go into an atmosphere that goes on with baseball is there. So Auburn's 24 wins at Plainsman Park are the most since 2015, which they had 25 then, and third most since 2003. Big number. Team is 24-6 at Plainsman Park and has won 10 out of the last 11 home games.
Well, every now and then, several years ago, they did some quote-unquote upgrades to Jordan Hare Stadium. And, basically, it was nothing. It a little something here, there, you barely even noticed. The upgrades they've done to Plainsman Park, that place is great now. It is significantly different. And they have upgraded it tremendously. Have you been up on the Monster?
Oh, yeah. And no, I haven't been up, but, of course, I've seen video from up there. But the thing that I've noticed is it feels like Butch Thompson's imprints on all of this. Do you get that feel?
Yes.
And that's saying a lot, that there's buy-in to the coach, there's buy-in to an expectation that we're no longer going to look at Mississippi State and Ole Miss and Alabama and allow them to just run away from us from facility upgrade standpoint. And I
think Cohen's got a lot.
I think he does
came
too.
in and started pushing it.
I agree.
Yeah. Got to take one more break. We'll be back with the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Tuesday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The office is on both Bank Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy wrapping things up. Auburn golf, #1 team in the country, by the way. 19 under right now. So they've given a stroke back. They were at 20, I think. But next closest competitor, number 12, Texas A&M, 6 under. They are waxing the field here. 13 under in round 1, but Auburn 6 under today.
Well, stay tuned in. I know Brett and Faith are heading out there now, plan to get some interviews with some of the golfers as they come off, and I'm sure that Brett will catch up with Coach Kleinert. You know, if you watched his interviews with some of the other Auburn streams yesterday, such a nice guy, and we can't thank him enough. But he was a little, you can tell he's got his coach's hat on. You know, even though we played well, you know, when you've got a special group and you're up by 12, 13, 15 strokes, you, as a coach, still want to keep them trying to peak and do the best. And the best for this Auburn program in a regional like this may not just be a 13-stroke win. It may, you know, to win a national championship, you may have to extend this thing out to 15, 20 strokes just to be at the level that some of the competition you're going to see there. So I got the feel that was the direction his mind was going. And like I told you, Andy, in one of the breaks, man, just to be that good, for our college to be that good in anything is a breath of fresh air, isn't it?
I would agree. And look, I mean, the Auburn set a record for the lowest under par score at the SEC tournament, but you can go 100 under. But then it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like it's aggregate. I mean, once that's over, then you get match play, and you have a bad day, you get beat. You can't have bad days. You gotta fight through it. So that's what he's saying. Look, we don't give any strokes away. You can't get in the habit of doing that. So you got to play your best all the time if you want to win a national title. The Auburn softball, they start the regional on Friday, May 16th. Auburn plays South Florida. They're in the Tallahassee regional. Shocker that an Auburn team would end up in Tallahassee. But that great second half for them as they win 4 of the last 5 series. And just a good opportunity for them to go out there. I don't know if they got the pitching enough to do it, but for those seniors, I'm glad for them to be able to have that opportunity. Okay, on this day, it is May the 13th. 1955, Mickey Mantle hits 3 consecutive home runs of at least 463 feet. Now, there's a dead cat in the woodpile here or something. I mean, look, the man was phenomenal, clearly. But now, I mean, you say, well, okay, back then, were they measuring them accurately? I don't know. I mean, I guess. But were the balls juiced? Maybe at that time. I don't know, but it just seems just insane because I watched. I guess it was either Riley or Big Bear, one and the other. Azuna hit one like 430 or 40 feet, and it was like and they were just, oh man, he killed it, and he's hitting 463, and that's the least bar that he hits one.
Well, there's a couple of takes here. There's some where he's still considered to hold the stadium record for length on home runs, and those were understandable because he actually hit them out of the stadium. I mean, they landed out in the road outside of the stadium. So
in somebody's yard.
I would think that there are ways for them to determine if anybody else has hit them out of stadiums. So looking at him, it's still a wild thing, but, growing up and playing as much baseball as we did in this community, there are some odd dynamics that can go into people that have power that they don't necessarily look like they do. And Mickey Mantle he wasn't built to the odd extreme that Lou Gehrig was. If you want to pull up some crazy Google images, go pull up Lou Gehrig. Now, I think Lou Gehrig was way ahead of his time. He was a freak show of a workout. He was a workoutaholic, too.
Oh, really?
Humongous, abnormally large torso and legs in an era where Babe Ruth was hitting the moon shots, and he looked like he just had a keg of beer and 4 pizzas before he went up there and did it.
Yeah. Jimmy Fox, much the same.
Yes. Yeah. Mickey Mantle but he wasn't a crazy build. He was just
like a coal mine. Right?
Yeah, he was like a farm strength build. Big forearms, which I know a lot of it goes there. But hey, Hank Aaron was the same way. I mean, if you look at Hank Aaron's pictures coming out of Mobile at 18, 19 years old, and you see how thin he was, and to think that he's the home run king, you'd never believe it. But you watch him.
Never hit over 35, I think, in any year.
Just consistent.
Yeah. Happy birthday today, Joe Lewis from Lafayette, Alabama.
Camp Hill. Can Camp Hill claim it?
Maybe. No.
Lafayette,
Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was only there for a few months, and then he moved. But still, he was from there. All right, that's it. That's all I've got time for. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.